Elizabeth.
And I'm Morgan.
And we know better.
Welcome to the 10th episode. We have reached double digits, you guys, and I still don't know how to speak.
That's fair. I was like, that's not really a celebration 10, because I was thinking 12 is 6 months, but we are in double digits now.
True, but yes. I like a little round, even number. A good 1-0. Wasn't it exciting when you turned 10 years old? You were like, oh my god, I'm fucking double digits.
No, my 10th birthday was notably really bad.
Oh. Well, guess what? You know why? Because what is that age? 4th grade.
Yeah, because we had a, does that exist here? Do you have, it was like called like Mother Earth Garden or some bullshit, but it was just basically like a fake mining like activity like place where like you go into like a room and they just like buried crystals and stuff, and it was meant for kids, and you can go there and like unbury the crystals, and the whole idea is as a kid you think you're actually
was it in like dust or dirt, or was it in like rocks?
No, like dust or dirt.
Okay,
because it's man-made. We're in a building.
Sure. Okay, no, I don't think we have anything like that here, but what we do have, and you locals will know, is like they're like watermill types, and then it'll be like sediment flowing through.
I've seen those at like Ren Fair type like, things growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had this place, I think it was called Mother Earth Gallery. I'm not sure. I'm gonna Google it after to see. But that's where I had my 10th birthday party. And like, okay, so when 2020 came around...
That's a crazy choice for the 10th birthday party, might I say.
When 2020 came around and all of a sudden everyone was obsessed with crystals, I was like, well, no, I've been going to Mother Earth and digging for crystals since I was 10. I still have them, the crystals, because I have a crystal collection. I mean, I did follow the trend. I got significant more over COVID times, but half of my crystal collection that I have now I got at this birthday party because like all of us got to bring home like like the size of the mic, pail full of crystals.
They would never
like,
let
I guess
that
the birthday
shit
party
nowadays.
was fun, but I got my parents got in like a huge blowout fight to the point where they were like screaming and I was like hiding and crying, but I did get a really cute stuffed seal puppet. Seals are my favorite animal. And I still have it to this day at my parents' house.
It's a puppet? What is with the puppets? We had tons of puppets growing up. My sisters and I will know. We would just buy them at random times. We would have the ones that were on the strings. We would have actual hand puppet ones. We'd have like all different random kinds that we would just pick up at random like fairs and things like that.
I'm actually like thinking about this. Like I actually haven't seen that seal stuffed animal in a long time, and I'm gonna have to ask my parents in a really emotional way because I have a feeling they got rid of it and I'm gonna be upset. They didn't get rid of the fucking 6-foot tiger though stuffed animal that I have. They keep it on my bed still. They like brought it out of storage to put it on my childhood bed. Well,
cute.
Not the bed I had in childhood, but my old childhood bedroom, the bedroom that's there now. And I saw that. I got home, I saw that, and I was like, but, like, where's my seal, though?
Yeah.
So, like, good and bad birthday, I guess. But what I distinctly remember why... It was... Well, what made it a bad birthday was my parents' huge blowout fight.
Right.
But what actually I remember, what stuck with me was the next... So we didn't open presents that night. Because, okay, I'm 10 and I'm inviting everyone.
Yeah.
Because also we're going to dig for crystals. Like, everyone wants to come. Like, this is the original last birthday.
Right.
So I had, like, I remember it was, like, record number of presents that year. That was, like, the first time I invited boys as well. Because by the whole class thing I talked about from 4th grade, the Cops and Robbers group, and Kyle, Kyle was there.
Boys were allowed?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh,
that was the first birthday party I invited boys. Well, actually, I didn't have any more boys for the rest of my life until I
was thinking about my own
17.
birthday parties a little bit, but yes.
So,
okay.
But what stuck with me is the next day, I kept getting Webkinz stuffed animals, because that's all I wanted at the time. That's all that mattered to me from, like, 6 to 10.
Yes.
Like, me and my sister had absurd numbers. My mom literally put my dad into significant debt because every Saturday we'd go and buy a Webkinz. But that's besides the point. I was opening them and my sister got upset and she started crying because I was getting a ton of Webkinz and it was unbalancing the collections by a lot. And my parents made me choose one and I had to give it to her. Isn't that insane?
It is. I think it is.
And then I tried to pull that shit at her next birthday and they were like, you're the older sister, you should know that's not okay. Right.
And older sisters will relate to that entirely because...
I still am mad about it. I'm still pissed.
That was not a good parenting move, in my opinion.
It was a brown horse. It was from a girl named Casey, and that was the only present she got me. Multiple people got me multiple Webkinz. Like, there were some white people that bawled out at that time.
No, and that shit will stick with you. Kim still talks about to this day how Kim and Brienne often had to share birthday parties because they're like 2 weeks apart, basically. And not in, 2 weeks and 2 years.
Right.
And so they would have to share birthday parties, and Brienne blew out Kim's side of the candles during during their birthday, whatever, and Kim still talks about it to this day.
That's
because that shit was serious to her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Birthdays are special for kids. I mean, they're kind of special for everyone. I guess they kind of get less special as you get older, but like for kids, that shit matters. You can't just have another kid, your other child, like, you have to teach your other child that it's okay for a kid, the daughter, whatever, I'm listening to say. It's okay for kids to have special days and for it not to be you. And your child, I think, has to learn
that. Yeah.
It has to learn that
agree.
No, actually, it's not your birthday, so you're not going to get presents. Right. And you're not going to, and you have to share a birthday. And so you have to blow out only your side of the cake. And you're going to get in trouble if you blow out someone else's.
Right.
I think that's how it's got to be, because kids got to learn that they are not always the special one.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, that was upsetting as a child. But I had a baller-ass birthday, and I kept the crystals for my whole life.
Yeah. That is very, because they wouldn't let you get away with that many crystals nowadays, I don't think. Not for a cheap price.
I don't know how much they like paid per person. I have no idea. But also, it's like those were all fake. Not saying that anyone was buying in 2020 was real.
Right.
But like they're fake, you know, because it's for the kid activity of
That's
it all.
Fair.
But yeah. Did you ever I'm thinking about this because you and your sisters are all 2 years apart, so like you're all close in age but also not really. If that makes sense.
Right.
Me and my sister, whenever I got anything, she got anything at the same time. Did that ever happen to you? For example, I wasn't allowed to have an iPhone or any type of cell phone besides like a burner until I was a freshman in high school. But my sister was a 7th grader and she got her iPhone the same Christmas.
Not real. Like, I think there probably are a few examples, but I think they did generally a decent job of that because we were very strict on rules of ages until we got to like Kaylee and Brienne. But for example, I mean, it's different because when it's like, yeah, I could see it with me and Kim, but for me and Haley, like that's 6 years difference. They couldn't give something to, like a phone for me at 15 and is not the same as a phone for a 9-year-old.
Right.
But
that's why I asked, because it's like it's a big age difference, but at the same time when you think about it, it doesn't always feel that way because it's 2.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like, so for the phone thing, no, because the phone was very strict. You're not allowed to have a phone until you're 15, and it was a flip phone. And then I didn't get a real phone until I was 16. A real phone, or flip phone is a real phone. Actually, I think I got the flip phone maybe at 14 because I was in high school and I was like, I literally have dance practice and I can't communicate with you. Like, that has to fix. And meanwhile, everybody got iPhones. I had an iPod in like 7th grade and that was only me. But like, for example, there were some things, like I believe Kim and Brienne got their DSs at the same time.
Me and my sister got our DSs at the same time.
Yeah. But that's like you play with each other. That makes sense.
She was 4.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
I was 6.
A DS at 6? Damn.
That's when they came out, right?
I don't know. I felt like Kim and Brienne were much older, but I could be totally wrong.
Well, because
I never had one.
Didn't the Nintendo Wii come out in 2008? And that would have made
that might be right.
And the DS was a step up from a Game Boy, but the Wii was like its own console, one of the first types of consoles for that, and I know that came after the DS.
Shit, maybe it did.
Yeah, I was playing Nintendogs at 6. But I was pissed because it's like everything. Because don't you think that a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old have a... I don't know.
Yeah, they have a bit of
some things it's like, yeah, okay, get us both the same thing.
2004! Damn!
Yeah, what can I say?
I did not realize.
I'm a real gamer girl. I clocked that shit.
No, I just didn't remember. Like, I mean, my sisters must have just not got them when they probably came out, which makes sense, but... I did not, like, oh shit, like, that's a long time ago, and I didn't realize, like, to me, they were, like, fully able to have human thoughts and play on their DS. But I don't think you could do that at 4.
The original DS came out first, but when a lot of kids got the DS was when the 3DS came out, when you can play 3D games. Because me and my sister got the original DS, but my sister broke hers like instantly. Also,
because she's 4.
She was fucking 4. So then she, a few years later, got a 3DS. And guess what?
Yeah.
Because I was a good girl and I didn't break mine, couldn't get the cool new DS that could play 3D games.
So only she got the 3DS?
Yeah.
Okay, my parents didn't do that neither because both of them got the 3DS too, but it was like 3 years later, and again, they think they both got it at the same time.
Yep. And then I got an iPhone at the same time. I got an iPod Touch a year or 2 before she got any Apple product. But the comparison is, I'm fucking texting my friends and my 6th grade boyfriend on a fucking, it was called Puffin, the Safari, because Safari didn't exist.
Yes, Puffin! I know about Puffin!
It's basically like Safari, because I was going in my Google chat, because that was the only way I could communicate with anyone, because everyone had phones. Yeah. And I didn't. I had an iPod.
Right.
You know, and but like a lot of people didn't have iPhones is the thing.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to communicate with my fucking friends and my fucking middle school boyfriend. I have to go on Google Chat. Meanwhile, when my sister's in 7th grade, she's got an iPhone.
Yeah.
The struggles are not the same.
No.
You know? I don't want to be... I was literally 4 a.m. on fucking Puffin app, texting Laszlo, like, fucking Austin Alley links on Google Chat. Yeah. The Google Chat that my school system 100% had full access to.
Yeah.
But they didn't monitor anything until I was in, like, 8th grade. So I will say, I think my generation, specifically my year, in terms of where I was geographically, got the best deal because we were the first year with laptops in 6th grade and unrestricted Google account access.
Right. Yeah, kids these days aren't gonna know about Kik. They ain't gonna know about Text Now.
Yeah.
Freaking Text Now, and then you, like, maybe trying to call someone and then get wording you're gonna get charged minutes and then freaking out because your mom gonna find out that you have Text Now and you're not supposed to have Text Now. Kids don't know about that!
Yeah, no, I didn't have Text Now or Kik, but also, I did have Kik for like a year, but I just didn't find it interesting because I wasn't talking to random strangers online. I was doing all my talking to random strangers online on Wattpad or on Animal Jam or like on gaming websites or games of sorts and or Wattpad fanfiction type. So it wasn't like I was talking to random people. Well, I was. But to me, it's like they're my internet friend because I know them from this mutual interest.
You're not talking to creepy men.
Right. Also, I was never really into men like that growing up.
Okay, fair enough.
So.
Moving on.
I didn't have crushes like that. I mean...
It wasn't crushes.
No, I know, but I'm saying I didn't have any even crushes, period, so it didn't develop to any interest to try to, like, communicate in any way with men. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was less of an interest in men, more of a curiosity about sexuality.
See, I didn't even think about sex until I was in middle school. Or, I guess I didn't even know what sex was until the 6th grade, and I didn't even think about sexual things as something that could happen to me or something that I could desire until I was in, 8th or 9th grade.
Okay.
I didn't even think about kissing my middle school boyfriend in the 7th
grade.
Right. That wasn't sex. Having sex with him wasn't even, a thought in my stratosphere at the time.
Right.
I didn't have any interest. Or even, I guess, awareness.
Right.
I was told what sex was by force by a girl in 6th grade who I'm not friends with anymore because she was a bitch. But she would literally, and she was a repeat offender because this story that I'm about to tell that happened to me happened to multiple... I became friends with different people in high school, right? And they were all friends with her in middle school. Repeat offender. We all had the same story. We would have a sleepover at her house, and she was also her parents had a pool, and that was why I think she had a lot of friends because that was why I was super interested in it. But she was also cool, and I was not cool, and she decided that she was gonna make me cool, and that was a great deal for me. So, but she would take off her swimsuit when we got out of the pool and just start walking around naked. And be like, this is what a cooch looks like. And I'd be like, oh, all right, I guess. And then later when we would get to bed at night, she would literally look up porn and show it to me and be like, have you ever seen this?
Canon on Forge.
And she did it to multiple people, which is funny because it was multiple stories of the other person having never known what sex or porn was and then getting shown it.
Yeah.
Which I know has to happen eventually, but hilarious that she's that person for so many people.
Yeah, I mean, I think the same thing happened with me and the people I grew up with. It was one girl in specific that was showing everyone. But I think I first learned was the damn school bus. It's always the damn school bus. If y'all aren't getting told by the older boys, probably in like 8th or 9th grade on the school bus, what sex is and all their perverted, their slangs for penises and whatever else. Did you really ride the school bus? Because I don't know. That was my school bus experience.
Not my school bus experience. We had this really troubled kid, and he would just, like, straight up bully and beat the shit out of people, so I think we were having a little bit different end of the spectrum.
Sure.
And I was also a goody two-shoes and sat as far up in the front, even in high school. Actually, hilarious. This was, like, I felt like I was in a movie. I used to think that Laszlo was my soulmate, because we broke up in 7th grade, right? Mm-hmm. And we did not ride the same bus in middle school. I had a completely different bus route. Didn't even go near him. Freshman year, I get on the bus. Bus is suddenly going a different route. The high school route is different. We go right to his house. First time I've ever seen his house. He gets on the bus. We were on the same bus all of high school. And I was like, I saw him get on the bus, and I was like, so we're soulmates. And I also now know where you live. Like, I could drive to his house from memory. I've never been there.
Well.
Sorry, Laszlo.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably good for you that you didn't have that same bus experience, because I don't know if I needed that.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you know what did happen on a school bus, though?
What?
I wasn't there, but I know it happened. A bet was made on a school bus that had this guy that I used to be friends with, who turned out to be a pedophile, mind you. He is a pedophile. I wasn't friends with him at the time, but around sophomore year, I kind of had a glow up at the end of the year, because I cut my hair where I had, like, dyed it, so it was literally, like, brown then blonde, like a chunk, and I cut all that off, so I had a bob. Fresh bob, got my braces off, and realized that I would be valued more if I sexualized myself and dressed with my tits out, because I've always had big boobs, and started doing that. So all of a sudden I was getting a ton of male sexual attention,
right.
And this man started a bet on the bus, 2 bets. The first one was multiple girls, and they were guessing their bra size, cup, and back, the
band.
Number. Yeah. So I had a ton of boys guessing my bra size, and he strangely got it correct, because he confessed to this later on in high school when we were friends, right? And he told me about it thinking it would be funny, and I didn't think it was very funny, but then I said, okay, what did everyone guess, who, like, boys I knew? And then he told me his guess, and I was like, that's scary that you're correct.
Ew.
He was dead correct. Did you play Senior Assassin? Is that a thing on the...
It was not at my school, but I've heard of it.
It's a big, I think, East Coast thing. If you all pay to enter, and then you just... Well, it's Water Gun Assassin.
Right.
And I had the lacrosse captain, who I had a horrible history with. He's the reason I don't smoke weed. And Bradley had me, and Nick had Bradley. And so we tricked Bradley and so that Nick could get him out. And I got the guy I had out, so then it means Nick had me. And he didn't... I told him, I said, can you please just let me try to get my person for a few days before, like... Because we know he's going to get me, right? We're fucking dating.
Right.
I said, can you at least try to let me get my person, and then if the next person I get is completely unobtainable, then just shoot me, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying, can I, like, play the game a little longer?
Yeah.
And he took me on a date, and then shot me at the end of it, and recorded it, and sent it in for the submission, and then I was out. He did win, though. He didn't spend any of the money on me, but he did win Senior Assassin that year.
Right.
So... But, like, by the end of it, all of our friends were out, and he kept, like, he was, like, plotting and trying to get us excited about it, and we were like, we don't fucking care, you're boring, we're bored of this, it's
We've
been going
already
on for 3
moved
months,
on,
right,
yeah.
Bradley was crazy, though. He got his whole friend group to swarm my house, even though he had to be the one to shoot me with a water gun for it to count.
Yeah.
And Mike was driving me home, we get on my road, they all start swarming the car, we realize, oh shit, like, he brought everyone. And so Mike drove up the road and let me out in the woods, and I ran through the woods and snuck into my backyard and jumped in a window. And he had my house surrounded, and he thought he saw all the entrance points. And then I remember FaceTiming him once I was back in the house, and I was like, so, like, you guys, like, waiting for me to get home, or, like, what? He was pissed! And then, before he did that, I set Jeff on them. I called my dad.
Nice!
My dad, because they knew what was going on, and they didn't really care, right?
Sure.
But I told my dad, I said, go outside and find Bradley and yell, be as scary as possible and yell at them to get off your property or that you're going to call the cops and and my dad is fucking scary just in general, but, like, I mean, he's a charismatic guy when he wants to be, but, like, he can bring that level of yelling and intensity.
Right,
He's not that far off of it in any moment.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have anything like that. And to be fair, even if we did, I wouldn't know. COVID, baby.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we did not have anything like that. But yeah, he basically won money off of your despair twice and did not give you any of it or spend any of it on you. So
Real.
That's really awesome.
Real and annoying as fuck. Do you guys have a junior prom or no?
We only had a junior prom.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
We didn't do senior prom. They do it now, I guess.
Post COVID.
Mm-hmm. Well, new principal.
Mm-hmm.
New principal. So I think they just kind of changed it up to get more money, I guess. I don't really know why we ever did it that way in the first place. If I were to guess, I think it would be that the students couldn't afford to put on a prom and then a homecoming because the senior class was responsible for homecoming. And that they just in general they couldn't afford prom and then a homecoming, just like dress wise and things of that nature.
Our homecoming was, I don't think that expensive because we just did it in the gym and then, or in the cafeteria or something. But also the way our school did it was as soon as your freshman class comes in freshman year, all the fundraisers you do as a class or anything you do in those 4 years is your prom budget for junior and senior year.
Right. But we didn't really do much fundraising.
That's fair.
But yes, anything that they did earn from the minimum that they did, they would. It would go towards prom, but prom would basically take out everything, and so they couldn't afford to do it again.
Right, that's fair.
And just people in that area are poor, and I don't think really could afford to do it again. But not that much has changed in 5 years, but it is significantly people with a little bit more money there. Some people with a little bit more money.
Yeah, if I were to do prom again, my first dress was like $300 or something, and it was fugly. It was ugly, and it was expensive, and then senior year, I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going to prom dress shops and trying them on, feeling horrible about myself, buying a dress I low-key hate, and then hating the whole thing. I got my dress I think at Macy's.
Nice.
For pretty cheap. But even if I did it now, I would fucking go on, like, Amazon or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, any, like, retailer, you know?
Right. I think mine was pretty expensive, and I don't think it was worth it, but I did like it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, was that worth that money? I don't know. But to me, in the moment, it was worth it to her.
I wish I went, like, well, actually, my senior year dress was, like, a forest green, and I paired it with green gold jewelry. I thought I was gorgeous, but, I wish I could do, like, a full, like, full themed outfit for prom, or go full goth, or go full, like, 2000s if I were to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
But, like, I think I was worried too much about fitting in with the norm at the time, because I think I could have freaked my shit out and really gone all out for that.
Yeah, but that's kind of what high school is. They stunt you for real, and you're, like,
and expression. I was still considered a weird person.
Right,
like a weird
exactly.
nerd
That's what I'm saying.
Time.
That's why you can't even go full freak, because you get, like, crucified for even just a little bit of going outside the norm.
Right.
Stick to the status quo.
Yeah, I was also, like, obsessed with, though, like, being a white girl senior year and freshman year of college. Actually, like, I sincerely don't think I would have gotten in my sorority if I rushed any other year of college than freshman year. Like, my style and my outward appearance completely changed.
Did you rush very, like, freshman first semester?
No, you're not allowed to at Penn State. You can only rush starting your second semester.
Oh, okay.
But Phi Rho rushes fall and spring, so And unlike formal rush, because you don't rush with the rest of the sororities to get into my sorority. We don't even do a rush. We do a week of open houses, and we invite people we think are going to fit well, which is pretty much everyone unless there's something where we don't think you're going to get along with us. You seem like you don't understand that, like, we're not a normal type sorority. You're wanting more sorority than we have. Things like that. So, like, our process takes a week. Meanwhile, formal rush is multiple weeks, multiple houses, you get a bid. Like, that's not really a thing. You're either invited back or you're not. With us, it's completely separate from formal. But formal rush, it only happens every spring. And the older you get, the less likely you get a bid.
Sure.
So ours was a lot more lax, but I did do it spring of my freshman year, the first opportunity I did. Actually, my ex-friend at the time, she was like, we need to do this engineering sorority. And then she bailed this day of. And I went because my only friend was Erin. And that wasn't a problem, but me and Erin had a pretty bad frat experience pretty soon in college. So we weren't really going out. Not that I wanted her to drink more or us to go out and drink more, but I felt like you can't survive college with just one good friend. Yeah. I was struggling. And on top of that, things with Nick were getting worse by the day, the hour, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, I just didn't have I didn't have any clubs, organization, or anything I did. Right. So I was like, I should just do it. And it's crazy because I have really horrible social anxiety, and sincerely, to this day, I don't think I could go do something like that again. But I just said fuck it and went by myself to rush.
I think it's sometimes
sorority completely alone. It was fucking crazy.
I think it was kind of maybe out of a need of desperation. Like, when you get to the point where you're like, I have one friend, I like this one friend, but that is it. I don't want to rely on them. My relationship's going to shit. I don't really know many other people here. Like, I need to do something. And, like, I think that's, for people with social anxiety, and it only, you can break out of it when it only gets to a point where it's like, damn, like, it's either this or nothing. And, like, how often are you in those situations nowadays that you're like, okay, I desperately need someone?
I mean, the 180 from my, like, social life once I joined, I mean, I wasn't super into Phiro the first semester I was in it, just because the older girls were a little bit mean, and also COVID happened, so I wasn't really making friends, but it completely made, and sophomore year too a little bit, but it completely made my junior and senior year. It made college experience for me. I love Phiro, and I would look back senior year, and, like, I'd be going out with my friends every weekend and stuff, and I'd be like, I can't believe I fucking did that, and that's what it led to. But I will say, on the social anxiety front, totally true, because I went out with Amelia and her friends like a month or so ago. Yes. And I cannot do shots of liquor. Like, I haven't been able to for years. Since maybe before I was probably even 21. Because on my 21st birthday, I tried to do a shot of Fireball and immediately threw up. Like, on instinct. The first thing I did, I tried to take a shot and I threw up. Yeah. And we were out. We went to, like, some 80s night, or disco night, right? And I really wanted her friends to like me, because she's only invited me to be around them a few times, and the first time was a Halloween party, and I thought we really hit it off well, me and her friends, and I was, like, really nervous. You know, I want them to like me, and so I was nervous when I was invited out with them, because the first time we're all going out somewhere, like, to drink and stuff, and her friend looks at me and goes, oh, do you want to, like, go do a tequila shot with me? And social anxiety, brain panicked, I always just say yes, for the most part. Like, it really has to be something crazy you're asking me. Yeah. If I'm in a situation where I'm socially anxious, and I say no. Right. So I just said yes, so I'm walking with her to the bar, and I was like, fuck. I don't want to do this. But then the shot's in front of me, and I look at her, and I go, I will not survive the embarrassment if I do this shot and then throw up. Yeah. And I locked the fuck in, and I did 3 shots in a row of straight tequila. In a row? I didn't know they were in a row. I was absolutely blasted that night. Yeah, well, girl, I know that. I know that. I was drunk and embarrassing in a way I haven't been drunk and embarrassing in a long time. Oh, I'm missing that. But I know, and I was so excited because I was like, oh my god, I'm cured. Like, I can do tequila shots now, and we were going out next weekend, and I was like, I'm going to be able to do shots with the girls. And then I brought the tequila bottle, which you still have, by the way. Oh, and I looked at it, and I was like, no, there's not a chance. It's gotta be in a moment of desperation. It was literally in my brain weighed, what is worse? Throwing up, saying no, throwing up, or just, you have to just do it. And my brain was like, yeah, you have to just do it. Yeah. So. But I was embarrassing the rest of that night. I was just, like, touchy in a way that I, like, Like, I was just, I was drunk and I was just wanting attention in any way possible, and I am hashtag embarrassed a little bit about it. But I think they liked me, so it all works out.
I'm sure, I feel like it was probably just in your head. They knew you took 3 damn tequila shots. If they don't hold space for you, that's on them.
When I say I was drunk in a way that was crazy, because you, like, okay, in college, I would go home and I would, like, text a boy who either I knew had a crush on me, or I would text Parker, or I would do something. You know I'm in a level of fucking celibacy. I came home and I sent Ange a voice note, multiple minutes long, crying about the Marauders and giving her, like, a dissection. I was like, you have to understand, like, this is what he went through, and isn't that fucking tragic?
Yeah.
And, like, just talking and talking, I'm audibly crying.
No, you weren't a really happy drunk at that point.
I'm never a happy drunk. I'm never. Not when I get drunk enough.
Right.
But I woke up the next day having sent multiple people voice memos of me talking about fictional characters and crying about it like it was real. And then also a TikTok, which I then had to private, of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could have been texting people, which I didn't.
Right.
I just got really emotional about fictional gay wizards from the 70s.
Yep.
Happens.
Exactly. God, yeah, it's really crazy that I do not like the aftermath of being really drunk, but God, how I crave it sometimes.
I don't want to drink alcohol, period, point blank, unless I'm getting drunk.
I know. Well,
I just don't see the point of it.
No. And that's why I get so mad.
Not even tipsy, though. Like, I want to be drunk.
No, I agree. Well, not like blackout drunk, but even
like,
still, that's
drunk,
still like.
Where I know I had a drunk night.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's what I crave, but I don't want to deal with the aftermath, and I don't like. Even in the moment that I'm like, okay, what is going on? But, like, when I'm on, like, just going through my work week, I'm like, oh. But what if I, like, got drunk as fuck this weekend? Like, oh my God, that would be so fun. And then it never is exactly the most fun. Sometimes on the occasion, but most of the time, I can't get full drunk. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Or it just is not a good time. It's not a happy party drunk.
I know. I think my favorite drunk to be is wine drunk, but I don't know why I think that, because there's an 80% chance that I'm gonna get sad and cry.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you are peak wine drunk, that is the best drunk in my opinion, because it just feels so chill and fun. And I know that's what drunk is.
Yeah,
but, I don't get feral.
Sure.
Like, if I'm drunk on liquor, I'm feral and I want to cause problems.
Yeah, I feel like it's opposite for a lot of people. Well, maybe not opposite, but I think a lot of people get.
And then if I'm like beer drunk or like drunk after like drinking like cans of something after a while, I'm mostly just kind of just completely inebriated, not there, because by that time I've drinking 10 things of drink.
Exactly.
You know, like that's just too much liquid. My body's just shutting down on all fronts. This not. Yeah. I miss being a 16 and drinking Bud Light and getting drunk off Bud Light. Like, what a fucking time to be alive.
I know, and I feel like my tolerance is back from the Accutane. The little bit when the time period from when I got off the Accutane and I wasn't drinking a lot, or really anything, and I was able to get drunk really easy, I feel like she's gone. I can't really get drunk easy anymore.
I wonder if my tolerance is higher, and I haven't realized it since quitting Zoloft cold turkey. Because you're not supposed to drink on Zoloft. The whole idea is you get drunk really easy. And I never really felt that way. Yeah. But also, maybe in comparison, I was.
Right, maybe,
because I feel like I haven't been able to get drunk besides the night I was doing tequila shots in, like, a while.
Which was, like, just a lot compared to what I
haven't taken straight liquor in years. I haven't taken straight liquor since me and Liv No, we weren't even sophomores. We were juniors in college. Everyone has their Fireball phase, like, when they're much younger, I feel like. Had no exposure to Fireball until me and Liv, all of junior year, would buy, like, a fifth. And literally just go chug for chug. Oof. And she was already 21, so she could have been out at the bars. But she stayed home with me, because I wasn't 21 yet for half of junior year. And we would just, like, be stupid. Like, we would just drink it a whole fifth in one night. Like crazy people, just straight from the bottle. Or one night we had a Four Loko night. Oh, we should do that as a friend group. It's so fucking fun. We would drink a Four Loko. Well, we drank 2 Four Lokos, actually. And then, we were so drunk, but we just wanted to do it because we were in the apartment and we were like, we're in a contained space. You know what I mean? Nothing bad's gonna happen to us.
Right.
I think we built a blanket fort, and then we were hiding under it, and we were watching old videos of One Direction doing old performances and just crying.
Okay. all your stories end in you crying. Like, I don't know if that's so always fun, the vibe,
though. But they were babies.
Yeah.
It was so fun, and we did it again one of the times she visited recently, except we were playing it was my 23rd birthday. This is what I did when I turned 23. Mm-hmm. I drank 2 Four Locos, and whenever you died in Fortnite, you had to take a sip. Which was hilarious because we just got worse and worse. And
right.
God, love Fortnite. Love playing Fortnite as a 23-year-old. I should bring that up. I think we should do, or it doesn't have to be Four Loko if you have a horrible Four Loko memory. I don't have anywhere I've thrown up on it, so it doesn't really matter to me. But like, what's it called? A tall boy. Like, just pound 2 tall boys, in comparison.
Yeah.
Or something high alcohol content, I don't know.
Sure. I mean, Buzzball Challenge, like, our friends.
That's like the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think Four Locos taste better than Buzzballs, in my opinion. But it depends on the flavor.
I don't think either taste good.
The red ones, Four Locos, aren't bad. But, I know my tolerance, though, as an adult is better because I could drink 1 Four Loko and I wouldn't be blackout. What causes the blackout is being 2.
Yeah.
Me and Liv drinking 2 Four Locos. When I say that day in college, the next day, she came over because she could not stop throwing up and like looking so visibly like she is on death's door that my roommate at the time, I lived with 3 other people and lived down the hall. And that's why we decided to live together senior year.
Sure.
My roommate Liz we were trying to like nurse her back to health, and we seriously considered taking her to the ER because she was sitting there like shaking like this.
Oh wow.
And then running to the bathroom and throwing up, but she had like thrown up everything because it'd been all day. She was like this past like 4 p.m. And we were just what the fuck did we even do?
I don't know if you could... I say that. I was going to say, I don't know if you could catch me drinking again, but I know that's not true, so...
Well, I mean, we did the Four Loko thing again less than a year ago,
exactly,
so.
And she's literally insane for that, because I think I would at least write off Four Locos, if not quit alcohol in general, but... Some are stronger than others.
We did a different flavor than I think we drank back then, but...
Maybe that helps with the memory.
I don't even drink Fireball now. Our friend drinks it straight, which is fine, but like I can't even be near the smell.
Yeah.
She opens the thing and I like get chills on my whole body. And I didn't even like throw up for hours. It was literally just one day.
Right.
I woke up, tried to do it, and just couldn't.
It'll be because I can drink vodka sometimes, but then sometimes when I get the whiff, or like I could taste it on my tongue in some drinks, I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. I literally can't drink anymore.
Yeah.
I know that shit is like, the memories. I don't know I don't even think they're so like memories I can recall. It's just like the body knows. Yeah. The body keeps score on that liquor count.
What was I gonna say? Rum, I'm done with for the rest of my life, all forms in any type of drink, which is unfortunate. But I can't even... When I turned 21, my drink of choice was a rum and Coke, because I didn't know anything else, and I was too scared to...
Didn't you say you were... Oh, never mind. I thought you were saying you were drinking mojitos in Greece.
No, we tried to. That was the goal. But, that was one of the things we suggested for Ange to try to drink.
Oh.
But I think if I had a mojito with a lot of mint, that would probably work.
Yeah, it kind of undoes the rum taste,
I think. Yeah. I think that I could do that. Is there any alcohols you can't have whatsoever in anything?
I mean, like I said, the vodka has been hard. But... I think I might be all done on Cherry McGillicuddy's.
What is that?
That's the stuff in the cherry bombs.
Oh.
That's the liquor and cherry bombs.
Well, the first cherry bomb I did was with you the first night we went out, and I literally...
Well, that's because I was in my cherry bomb phase.
I walked away, and I was like, leave me alone, and threw up in the freaking trash. We had to go sit.
Both
that's what
did.
it was. We had to go sit. And I was literally sitting there, and I was like, I am going to throw up in in front of this girl that I barely know in the club. I'm going to throw up in the club. I don't even have time to get to the bathroom, and that's just going to be what it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Probably another social anxiety thing, pushing it down.
Probably. But then we went home, and then I'm walking around with my shirt off, so it's like...
and also throwing up.
Well, yes. That was kind of mandatory.
I also feel like you throw up when you don't necessarily have to, in the sense of, like, to help you.
Yes.
So, when you're throwing up, it's not always a good litmus of how drunk you are.
No, I'm unfortunately kind of a known purger when I don't feel good. And most of the time, when I don't feel good, it's when I'm drinking, and maybe purging isn't the best word, because it's not an eating disorder thing, guys. It's only when I know the alcohol is killing me and I need to get that shit out of my body before, because I'd rather throw up drunk than sober, you know?
True.
But I think that day we were throwing up sober, too.
I threw up the next morning.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I threw up the next morning, and then we had to go get McDonald's, and we had, like, a picnic.
Yeah, we had to go reconnect with nature.
And McDonald's.
And McDonald's. Most importantly, reconnect with McDonald's.
Yeah. No, I think one of my favorite parts about... I mean, I guess all of it was my favorite part about drinking in college, like, in the bars and everything. I fucking love Penn State bars. But I think one of the other big things was we have this place called Yala Taco. The best fast food you will ever eat in your life. The best fast food Mexican you will ever eat in your life. I go back there every time I've been back there since graduating. I'm eating it sober. I don't give a fuck. It's not as good when you're not drunk. Sure. But it was so fucking good. And I literally would go out with the intention of, like, as I'm leaving the house, I'm like, okay, I have my pack of cigarettes. And yes, I have my cash because I need to go to Yala. Yes. I would literally, like, know around what time I'm gonna propose the idea of Yala to my friends.
You soft launch the idea, like, oh my god, like, I'm so hungry. What if we got Yala right now?
And then it just evolved to me just being Irish goodbye and just going to Yala and then getting the Uber back to... Because me and Liv lived off campus, so we had an Uber to the bars. Yeah. I don't think... Liv could probably attest to this. I don't think I came home a single fucking time senior year without some sort of food 90% of the time Yala Taco. Either that or me and Liv, we would go out to drink and we would... On the way home, Uber Eats the, like, McDonald's deal where you get, like, 4 burgers, 20 nuggets, and then we would house all of it. I remember one time I was laying on the couch, we were watching the movie post-bar, I'm drunk as fuck, I just housed all the food, and I could feel press on my stomach, and it felt like a rock. Oh! Which is what I felt when I was dying of Crohn's disease, because my stomach was so swollen. But that time it was because of the food.
Yeah, and I just... It can't be like that no more. Can't drink like that. Can't house food like that. Like fast food like that. Never.
I know I miss eating with no consequence, but even more importantly, just the ability to do it. Like, I realized when me, you, and Rex got McDonald's, or maybe me, you, and Liv, it wasn't after drinking. It was just like, what are we going to do for dinner? We did McDonald's, we Uber Eats here. I don't remember what the scenario was. Me either. And I had gotten, like, a quarter pounder and then, like, a cheeseburger on the side. Yeah. And, like, I couldn't even finish my quarter pounder, and I was like, who am I? Right. Who the fuck am I? Like, what's going on? I was, like, upset. I was like, no.
And we were all like, ooh, we feel that.
Yeah, we feel that. We all felt sick, and I have trained my body to house fast food, which I probably shouldn't with Crohn's disease, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah, we're just getting old, guys. We're 23 and 24 and we're old, okay?
I can't wait to turn 30 and then, like, feel young again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people in their 20s, like, have this new party phase / like, young adult again phase when they hit their early 30s.
Yeah. Well, it's just, like, you're the baby of the 30s then, too, because you're like, oh, I'm in my 30s, but I'm 30. Yeah. And I'm a baby of the 30s versus, like, 20s. I mean, like, we're approaching mid-20s. And then there's also, like, being 29 is, like, no, you're old. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, why are you trying to be 29? Like, you're not in your 20s anymore. Right. I say that and we're going to get into 29.
I was going to say, it's going to be a rough year for Isabel when she's 29 and the rest of us aren't. Yeah. I'll only be a year behind her, but...
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
28, though, is my golden birthday because...
True.
28 on the 28th. So it won't be a horrible year, I guess, for birthday-wise. Yeah. Even though my impending crisis will be coming. I mean, even turning...
You've been saying that, though.
I know, because I have an impending crisis leading up to when I turn 25. Because I don't want to be 25. Okay. Parker's birthday just passed, and I did text him happy birthday on his birthday, and ignore that part. And I literally was like, I don't even remember what I said, but it was something along the lines of, like, yeah... I don't feel good. Like, I'm not happy for you. Like, I'm not happy for you. Gross. I'm fucking scared because you're 25 years old and you're scary and old. Yeah. And he said he doesn't even feel like, he's like, no, I feel like a kid. And I was like...
Yeah, because he's a boy. Like, okay, that's fair. How men are,
I'm sure Isabel feels that way, too. And that's why I'm scared. Like, I'm not going to feel like an adult, but I have to be an adult. Like...
You already are, though.
I know, but it's different because I'm halfway to 30.
Yeah.
that's what's scary. Like, I'm in the other half of being halfway to 30. Like, that's what's scary about it. And also, like, I don't know. Like, even my friends who are getting, like, engaged now, I'm like, that's a child bride. They're not. They're 24 fucking years old. They're 25. Like, but I'm scared. Yeah. Like, stop. I don't know. Look around the room. Like, I feel like the closer I get to 30, the less acceptable this is.
Okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I just, like, I think it is very common to think like that, but I think that's what it is. It's like everyone thinks like that. I don't think anyone ever, like, feels like adult. You're just kind of doing it. But, like, think about right now, like, you live by yourself, you pay your own bills, you have a big girl job, like, you are an adult. But you just, you don't feel like it because I don't think anyone ever feels like it.
I don't feel like it because I don't have a mortgage or a house or a partner or...
Maybe, I guess.
Well, I guess I have a child, Ginger, but she's fucking expensive.
Right.
But, like, I don't have people that depend on me in any capacity anymore, and I used to.
Yeah. That's fair. But, I don't know, guys. I wonder if the podcast is going that long, and we'll look back on this now and be like...
30th birthday podcast?
30th birthday podcast. Like, let's look back on now. That'd be crazy. I think if we don't even do it that long, maybe we should... Just do like a reunion episode, like, hey, the podcast is 10 years old, let's reflect.
That would also be really 10 years old. It's in 5 years.
Well,
see, like, this is why I'm scared. This is why I'm scared. You think we're 20 years old? I'm almost 25.
Okay, I was just throwing out 10. I don't think I was necessarily thinking of exactly 30.
Let's do it again when we're 30, and you were like,
okay, but we're not 30 at the same time. So I guess I was just throwing out a year. But you're right. I think I should have said 5 versus 10. 10 is
I'll be almost 35. I'll be basically dead.
Okay, 5 years then.
I also think I'm having an impending crisis the closer I get to 30, because with Crohn's disease, realistically, I'm probably going to die in my 60s, and so it feels like it's like midlife.
True.
If I'm being realistic with myself and actually thinking about it. Not that I want to, because I don't really necessarily think that's 100% going to happen.
No. But you never know what the medical advancements could be by then as well.
And also not everyone it does, but it's just common, the complications.
Yeah.
You die earlier on because of colon cancer, cancer in general, things like that.
Right.
Which is like, I have no idea if that's going to happen to me or not, but it's like I'm almost like, it's basically like being 50. Not that anyone lives to 100, but that I also think, because I don't think I would ever live close to 100, why I'm also panicking, because it's like, I feel like people have that midlife crisis when they're in their 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Because they're like, half my life is over.
Right.
But I'm like, half my life is over at 30, which scares me.
Sure.
But, you know what I was also thinking, like, about the reunion thing? 2 things. I think, 1, I hope the podcast goes on that long, but that'd be hilarious if either of us has partners at that time. I'm like, so, like, can I come to your house and, like, film the pod? Like,
if we're married with kids, and, I mean, I don't think it would be too weird.
I'm not having no damn kids by 30.
Well, I'm just, like, in a weird hypothetical, I'm just pointing out, like, I don't think it would happen for me either. It's not my plan to happen, but just, like, I just imagine us, like, actually living the lives that we think of as adults, but still living this, like, having this podcast.
Exactly. Also, do you know what I think would be a fun idea? I think we should do, like, a birthday party podcast for each of our birthdays. We can figure out what that means, but, like, you know?
Yes, yeah.
Themed around the person, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I think that could be fun.
They'll come close to each other as well. Probably one after the other, actually.
Pretty much, yeah, right.
Whatever. I think it would be fun.
It would be. Get ready for birthday season, guys.
Yeah, our friend group's birthday season.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing is then it'll pretty much be your birthday, my birthday, anniversary episode.
Yeah.
Because we started the podcast, like, pretty much right after my birthday.
Yeah. It'll be a fun few episodes.
Yeah. Get ready, guys. Get ready for that. Okay. Yeah, we kind of, like, literally went full circle because we started talking about the turning 10 birthday parties, and now we're ending at
turning 30.
Turning 30.
The 2
wow, guys, we planned that out so well.
2 most important ages.
Let's get into advice. I'll start with mine. Someone asked if we have any tips on how/where to make friends. They're our age, and they're wondering about good avenues to do that. They're also shy around new people, so how can they shake that? So first of all, I want to caveat this by saying, well, I guess I'll speak for myself, but I'm kind of speaking for you, is you're talking to two losers. I mean, a little, but like, yeah. But like, not very, I will say, like, we're not very social.
True, but
people
I think
that
we
go
both
out.
Have good experiences.
No, we do.
Give good advice.
I agree, and that's why I chose to do this. But I agree, like, I want to caveat that, like, we're not making friends. Maybe like the person you might imagine in your mind that is like going out to the bars and like chatting people up, or like.
But I think it's a fair enough point, because I mean, to ask the question, because we both moved here only.
Yeah.
And like, you've had people move. I mean, I guess you've been in this region of the world, but everything here I had to build myself.
Right.
Which also we're not a really good example, because I met you on Tinder, and that's not pretty good advice on how to make friends, but.
Yeah.
I was lucky in that sense.
But along the lines, but like, no, I think we are the perfect people to answer this question, because I think it directly applies to us and things that we've gone through. Like, yes, we've had to navigate how do you make friends, and also you're a socially awkward person. I just want to say that if you have some sort of idea in your mind that we are like really sociable and make friends very easily and rapidly, you got it wrong. So I wanted to start with that. But I think I mean, my biggest advice and how I've made most of my friends to this day is just online, because that's kind of how the times have moved. Everything is online now.
BFF works.
Right.
100%.
I'm socially awkward again in person. It's very hard for me to make friends in person in like a setting where we're strangers, like complete strangers without introductions. And so I've made friends online, and I don't know, I feel like there's some, not taboo in that, but do you know what I'm saying? Like some shame almost.
Well, because online friends when we were in middle school meant strangers on the internet across the world who might be whoever knows how long.
Right, exactly.
But I think what you're trying to, I think, like specifically Bumble BFF, I don't know if there are other ways that you've used. I don't know. I think
mostly, but
and then because that's a good.
No. I was gonna get there. Yeah, I was gonna say Bumble BFF with the caveat that not all of them are gonna work out. You're gonna meet some probably weirdos on there. I mean, there's weirdos everywhere, but you know, like I feel like sometimes. I mean, people who are lonely are going to be on the app, and if you're lonely, then you're on the app, and you're not, hopefully not a weirdo. It's whatever, but there might be weirdos who are lonely that are on there, so I will say that. And I will say that not every relationship that you build on there, friendship, I should say, works out, but I think it is completely worth it for the ones that do. Because I've made some really, really, really good friends on there. That I would have never really connected with otherwise, because I don't get out. I don't talk to people in a setting outside of the internet when it first starts. Yeah. Yeah,
and my specific advice with Bumble BFF, don't prolong the chatting. I think my best success stories are just... Because also, I think, especially if you're looking for girls, I don't know if that's true, but if you're looking to be friends with girls, a lot of the profiles are similar, because we all like going out, we all like a night in. Like, you know, it gets a bit repetitive. And not saying that that's a bad thing, but, you know, it's like, you're not getting to know this like, 9 times out of 10, someone's profile on Bumble BFF, you don't actually know anything well about them that you could say. I think I'm a different case, in the sense of I'm so obvious about the niche things that I like, that it's easy for someone to see my profile and be like, oh, I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, let's talk about that. Mm-hmm. But me looking at other people, it was really like, if I thought she looked nice, or I thought we were going to match, blah, blah, blah. Like, with me and Isabel, like, we matched, and I was like, we talked for maybe, like, a day, and I was like, this is... The small talk doesn't work. That's what doesn't work about the app. You have to say, okay, do you want to go get dinner and just, like, meet up for the first time? And, like, of course, do it in public and be safe. Right. But I think your best success from Bumble BFF will come from matching and pretty much getting right to the chase and saying, you know, I'd love to meet you, and stuff like that. Maybe that's creepy to say, but that's what I think is true. And I think my other advice is... I think using the internet is a big thing, but, like, using the internet to find things to do, because, like, I guess, in my case, like, kind of like what you're saying, I'm not fucking going up to strangers at the bar. If someone's talking to me at the bar in any capacity, 9 times out of 10, I'm fucking freaked out and I want them to stop. But, like, I've Googled, wanted to make more friends or get out more, and I literally just Googled, like, book club near me.
Yeah.
Minneapolis. And, like, I didn't really retain any of the friends from that book club for the period of time, but it, you know, it gave me something to do. Workout classes are a really great way, because also in the same way, I don't know, structured things, and I know that's kind of hard in this world, because everything fucking costs money. Right. But library programs, political programs as well. I mean, our friend Helen is in PSL, and, like, that is a big way to make friends and get involved with people, and I'm a big fan of that. I know that kind of goes against being, I guess, more socially shut in. Yeah. But I guess the things that I specifically sought out were small groups of people that I knew had a similar interest / even a niche interest is what I tried to go for. And low cost. So, like, a book club where we're reading fantasy.
Right.
That worked. Pilates. I think I'm not, like, friends with any of the Pilates people, but I think also a big thing, making friends, I think, gets easier or more natural when you're just, like, around people for a period of time. Like, I don't really talk to anyone in my Pilates class, but I'm a point of comfortable where I'm, like, friendly with the instructor and things like that. I think, and I'm not, like, actively searching for more friends, so I don't necessarily pursue those opportunities, but I think that's where, if you're looking for something more natural, it'll, like, come to fruition, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Volunteering, I would say. Volunteering's a big one. Animal shelter, school events. Everyone's schools always need help with, or, like, even, like, summer camp outreach programs, things like that. I suggest volunteering as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of addresses the where piece, like, where do you meet people? Yeah. I think it's definitely you. Or, go ahead.
Like, us specifically seeking out, we want to play D&D. Yeah. Searching out that niche, and searching out a niche, we want new D&D members and a DM who's fine with, new members.
Beginners,
You know, that's how we are meeting these people that we're playing D&D with, and it's like, we're not super social, but we were searching for that niche activity or interest that we wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, just finding people that are like yourselves, that puts you in an environment for you to potentially connect, and then, I know you said you're shy, so it would be working up the courage to get to that point. Maybe you just maybe the courage is putting yourself in those situations, and then you're kind of lucky enough that there is someone there that is maybe more outgoing, that will be the one to approach you. Like, I'll think of Jenny and Naya. Jenny and Naya met at the Moose, because Jenny is a very sociable girl. And she does go up to people and make friends, and now they're really good friends to this day. So maybe you could just be kind of lucky in that way, because at least you're putting yourself in the position where you're out of your house, where other people could see you and be like, I want to maybe be friends with this person, even if you're not the one initiating the contact.
Yep.
But I'll say, if the shy part with it, if you're really, anxious and nervous about that, I think the internet does help, other than the anxiety of, like, oh, this is a stranger. But at least that you're both in the same boat, that you're both probably lonely in some sort of way, and that you're both looking for friends, and you want a friendship. Like, the goal, you have a common goal. You both are there to become friends with each other. That's the goal. So maybe that helps. I feel like that helps me with, like, any anxiety I feel. That goes with relationships too, and why dating apps are the only thing that I connect with other people's, because I'm like, okay, we both have the same goal in mind, and we already have, like, the same idea. So maybe that helps you in the friendship aspect as well.
I agree.
So good luck with that. And if you're not already our friends, because you might already be our friends, but you can be friends with us.
Yes, very true. Okay, this is mine. I thought I was a lesbian until I got into a straight relationship, but now I still have gay tendencies and often get told I look like a lesbian. I'm very happy in my relationship, but I feel gay. What do I do, guys? Well, I think if you're happy in your straight relationship, you shouldn't leave it, and that's saying that from a man-hater. And also, I chose this question because I wanted to say that I guess I feel you with the idea of people telling you look like a lesbian, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I think it sometimes upsets me when people say that to me, because it's almost like I am very much put in the box. Especially, I think it upsets me because I'm exploring gender queerness and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I think that's where it really became an issue, because I know I look queer in some capacity, but for someone to tell you, like, you look like a lesbian, like, that's what you are, I think it is less harmful than saying to someone, you are straight and this is what you have to be. Right. Because I think where the root of all that issue is from there. But it never feels good being told, like, you have to be or you are something. I think you can be a fruity as fuck person. Also, finding out you're bisexual doesn't make you any less queer. So you can be a fruity as fuck person in a relationship with a straight person. That's totally fine. I don't know if I have, like, advice further, like, what to do about it. I think it's something that, if you are happy in a relationship, almost something, like, to come to terms with a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is my reality and who I am, and sexuality is also fluid, maybe that's a comfort. I mean, I'm not, like, praying on the downfall of your relationship, but, you know, also, bisexuality is so fluid as well. You could be 98% woman, 2% into men, and the man you're dating is just, I'm assuming this is a woman. Just in this example, let's say a woman is bisexual, instead of the person that I'm assuming. I just assume everyone who gives advice is a woman.
Well, they said lesbian, so...
I was gonna say, I was like, why did I assume that?
Yeah.
But you could be 2%, and then that just happens to be the guy you're dating. Mm-hmm. It's hard to navigate in a world full of biphobia, and also the idea of, I think, a gold star lesbian. That is a little bit frustrating. And also, like, rebranding your sexuality or discovering your sexuality is not what you thought. I think it always comes with a negative connotation, because every queer person is going to experience, push back into your identity in some way, but when also your sexuality is changing and you're rediscovering things, you almost get pushed back from within the communities you were a part of and moving in between, or just the queer community in general.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I have more to add on to that. I think this with most things about ourselves, assuming maybe you're a younger person, in our age range, you have so much life to live, and it's kind of crazy to think that, you know, nothing would ever change about the way that you see yourself, the way that you present yourself, things of that nature. So, you know, you thought of yourself as a lesbian your whole life, and for some people that never changes, never wavers, but for some people it does. And I think it is really just, it's a journey for you, and that only you can go on. And yeah, other people will give you their opinions of what they think you are, and unfortunately that's kind of the world we live in. Everyone has to give their opinions on everything, but it's no one's journey but your own. And it's not even a journey that you have to actively to choose to take. You're in a relationship right now. You're not seeking someone else out. You can say, I'm whatever the fuck I want to be. I'm in a relationship with a straight man. And that's it. No further story to it. I'm not going to put a label on it, even though I get the point of labels. But you can also choose to go on that journey and then say, like, okay, well, what is my sexuality mean to me? What does it represent for me? Does there some is there something I feel when I identify as this sort of way? What benefit does it give to myself to identify that way? And then maybe you go on that journey and figure out what it is. But I don't think you have to. It's your journey, your sexuality, your queerness. So do with it what you want, and hopefully people will fuck off, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you see how Ginger gagged while we were talking about queerness?
Yeah.
Gagged audibly?
Quite.
She's so homophobic. You evil moment! Say something. Okay.
Oh.
Whatever.
Suddenly she want to act like she didn't even do anything.
No, I know. Whatever, I don't even care.
Oh, now she's scratching her ears out. Wow.
She said, I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
Alright. Our must recommend. My must recommend for this week. Sorry, I keep itching my eye. I feel when I'm in hotter spaces, not air conditioned, my allergies are worse. Anyway. My must recommend this week. Just see Superman. Yeah. I don't want to hear you don't like superheroes. I don't want to hear any of it. Everyone needs to go see Superman. It is a movie for humanity. I have never really given a fuck about DC superheroes at all. Granted, before Superman came out, there was a looming journey in front of me because Erin loves Batman, has always loved Batman the entire time I've known her, but specifically super into Jason Todd these past 2 years, who is a Robin in Batman's lore, and she's been feeding me Bat-Fam information, and it's like the carrot's dangled in front of me, the DC carrot, and I've been trying to ignore it because I obsess with things in a way that's not normal, and I was like, I can't handle getting into the entirety of DC right now. I just can't. But Superman has changed my mind. Not only is David Cornswat the hottest man I've ever seen and the best Clark Kent, Jesus fucking Christ, but the whole movie, the premise and what what Superman stands on, the whole, like, idea is being kind and trusting people is punk rock. And just the whole idea of humanity being fucking kind and nice to each other is so fucking needed. And it directly talks about the Israel and Palestine conflict in a way that no media has dared to touch. And it is just a fucking good movie. And they have the fictional nation that to me represents Palestine as what I consider the Israeli nation is starting to invade. These kids start holding up a Superman flag. And it's just, we need people to see this movie because there is no Superman, but we can all help in our own way, and we all just need that awareness, and it literally made me fucking cry. It is 10 out of 10 movie, and I cannot recommend it enough. I think could recommend it to every single person I know, and I know that they would love it.
Did the director say it was not purposeful to be representative?
I have no idea, but I'm sure that
I think
probably would.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. I think I think it's like, I think someone said maybe it wasn't purposeful. I mean, again,
there was no way it wasn't purposeful, but like, I'm sure they can't be open about the fact that it was purposeful in the sense of it is the way I watched it, and it was so direct. It's not like an allegory. Like, no, they just changed the names. They're still Middle Eastern countries, and it's still the same exact thing.
Right.
They literally just changed the names to fictional countries. The way after I watched it, I was sincerely like, I can't believe a big movie company would ever allow this to be made. So, like, I sincerely think that the director probably can't even. Maybe it isn't true, but even if it was, I doubt he would.
But it's like, regardless, even if it was intentional or not, it's like the fact that this fictional movie is so well represented in what we really have going on in real life, I think is telling, because it's like a superhero is needing to save this situation that we have going on, and people can recognize the bad versus the good, but they can't do it in real life.
Right.
Anyways.
But.
Yeah. Shit, what is mine? Wait, can I do a don't recommend?
Sure.
Guys, I don't really recommend The Housemaid by Frida McFadden.
I've actually heard bad things about it. It was really popular on Book Talk for being a thriller or something.
Yes, it is a thriller.
But I think in that space, a lot of people, I don't know, not that book talkers are performative in any way, but it's like the same people that are liking Colleen Hoover are liking this book. So I think
that makes sense to me.
Who are like,
that 100% makes sense to me.
I don't know how to phrase it other than like a better reader. But it's not necessarily true. But like a better reader are all criticizing The Housemaid.
No, 100%, and they're right, because it is exactly that. I mean, that's what I saw. I mean, it's just like, oh, best thing since Gone Girl, best thing since whatever, for thriller books. But it is very much Colleen Hoover, and I haven't even read many of her books, but it's just like they like spitting out books like crazy. Like, there's been 3.5 books since 2022 in this series.
I fear that's also a pretty common thing now with the rise of Book Talk and Book Talk famous authors, the like fast turnover rate. But I don't doubt that book is bad, because I've kind of heard that
it wasn't necessarily bad. I think I gave it 3.5. There's a good twist, but the writing is poor. And it was so boring for the first part. But anyways, I just know if you're into thrillers, I feel like there's no way you haven't heard of this book, because it's very big. But I don't think it was worth it. Isabel and I were talking about it.
It was even on my list, and I don't really specifically read thrillers.
I don't really recommend it. I do recommend, because I finished before this, I finished a fantastic book called The Only One Left. Also thriller, obviously. What else am I reading? But that book is not boring. I do have some problems with it. There is a little bit of too much repetitiveness, but that's common in thrillers, because they have to try and get it in your mind what's going on, because they want you to be able to see, like, recognize the twist. If you don't remember the certain aspects, whatever. So the repetition is normal in thriller books, but I was like, okay, we get it, damn! And also, I hate when some twists are completely coincidental based. So that pissed me off with one of the twists. But there was like probably 7 big twists in the book, and they start from like a quarter in. And I just love that. It was a very thrilling read all throughout. Good twists. If you like thrillers, I will recommend that one. And I say don't read The Housemaid.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, that'll be it for us also because my laptop's going to die. But follow us on the socials where We Know Better Pod everywhere, except on TikTok it has 2 D's in pod. Mm-hmm. She's more Cooper 2020 on everything, and I'm Edgy Liz on TikTok and elizabethrosepenabrown on Instagram. I have a feeling Ginger just shit in the living room, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's go pick up shit, guys. Bye!